Hi everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio. I have a really cute card for you today and it is so fast. So it's a little bit of, I have my windows open. You know, we had such a scorching June and July that I didn't feel like we ever had that nice kind of weather. So it's been in the low 80s here. So normally I wouldn't open my windows in low 80s, but I've missed it. But we can hear the cicadas and the mornings are like in the 60s and before it heats up. So you can feel that fall is coming. So my card today is a little ode to fall. And then as soon as I'm done doing this one, I'm going to do my ode to summer. Summer is my favorite season. When I was younger, I would have said fall, but now I like being warm and I like being outside and it just goes by so fast. So fall it goes by fast too, but it seems to hang around a little bit longer because I get stuck in the house more once October hits. September's lovely. I do love September. September's probably my favorite month because you get the summer and the fall in the same thing. But today's card is a fall card, but it has some other aspects to it as well. But before I do that card, I wanted to remind you that if you are a demonstrator and you are coming to the Indie Onstage that Stampin' Up's hosting in November, or if you're not a demonstrator and you want to come to any of the on stages that will take place that weekend in November, you can join my team, then you could do it. But on Friday, we are having a demonstrator event. If it doesn't fill, I've had some customers ask if you would be able to attend. If it doesn't fill with demonstrators, then we will open it up. And if you live in the Indy area, you'll be welcome to come to it. But registration for that is open, and it's on... Oh, it's in my email. It's kind of tricky to find. I think that I have it right now on the blog post, but because it goes to my team page, it's a little bit different. But it's going to be at the Historical Society downtown. Super fun venue. We're going to do some stamping, some just chatting, and if you want to swap or work on your thing. So it's going to be a great day. All that information on my blog. And then if you missed this video, this is one of the new dies that will start in September. So if you're a demonstrator, you can order, maybe there's 6 different dies. I did have them printed out, but the cards I'm doing now are for camp. And I think that I printed them out to look for camp. And then, I printed them out and then I took them down for camp, but they couldn't buy them. So then I set them aside. But we did make this card at camp. But my online retreat has opened. It will take place in September. It is going to be on the art of stamping, which has been a series that's gone on a little bit longer than I intended, but I'm having such a good time with it. And I've gotten lots of comments from you guys that you're enjoying it. So the theme of the retreat is the art of stamping. If you go watch this video, I go into a whole lot more detail with it. So I'm going to be using 3 of the sets that we'll have. Dies, the Apple Harvest, which is this one, Trimming the Tree, it will have dies as well, and then Waterfall Canyon. If I get the things done I need to do today, then I'm going to film this one. So each of these sets will have one preview card. It's not a card that we'll make during the art of stamping, but it will show you what you might make, something similar to it with each of those sets. And then I'm going to tell you I'm done with these. I'm saving them for my retreat. So if you want to see what I'm going to do with them, the only way is to do the retreat. There's video only option if you're overseas, so you don't miss out. Then today's card is, I have a couple of different celebration things because we only have a few more days, guys, and I leave next Tuesday, Tuesday morning to go to New Orleans for our leadership event, and then my husband's going with me. We're going to be gone a week. And so by the time we get back, this will really almost be over. I don't even know what the last day is. Maybe we're gone through September. I haven't looked at a calendar. It seems like that maybe all of August is, because I think there's 2 weeks. I'm so confused. But this celebration does end. So I'm going to use the amazing phrasing on today's card, which is in the flyer, the celebration brochure. And then I'm going to use 2 of these cardstocks, which are the silver foil and the brushed metallic. These are free with 50 and they're part of the new. I use these all the time, but I love the Aspen dies. I love the dots and spots. I just got a whole bunch of these because we're going to be using these coming up. And then I used the timber recently too. So this is the new stuff. And again, that is on my website, so you can look at that if you've missed it. So let's do today's card. It's super fast and it's adorable. So I took the Gnomes, but I'm not using the stamp set, so I didn't pull it over here for you to see. This is Sahara Sand. So I'm going to do a fall card. So I know the Gnome set is more Christmassy, but I wanted fall. Like I said, I'm really not ready for winter. Winter is my least favorite season. Once Christmas is over, I feel like it's Chronicles of Narnia and it's always cold and never Christmas. Okay, so I pulled that over and I don't need it. So let's start with our stamping. So this is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's just a false front. So it's gonna go on top of my folded piece of cardstock. But I'm gonna put it through the folder, so I'm gonna go ahead and stamp on it first. This is the Amazing Phrasing. I am going to use the Evening Evergreen. And I am going to put To Another Year. I did this card so it could really go to the guys in your life. So there's no ribbon on it. There's no anything sparkly. So if you want to put that on there, feel free. But I just wanted to leave this to when you need a card this fall for a birthday, then you'll be able to pull it out. So that says To Another Year. And this one says on the inside, Around the Sun. So we have that. Now let's do our cutting, because we're going to do cutting and embossing. This is done until we have to glue it back together. So first I'm going to use the split backgrounds. I've used these a couple of times. I used them on the tree lot die. I really liked them like that. So they just kind of go in here. You want to keep a border. So I'll put that on there. And then you don't want it to go through a speed bump, so kind of turn it that way. And then I found with this, it's one of the ones that just because there's so many things that it's cutting out, I found it better to poke out when you went twice. So go through once, don't let it separate, otherwise it'll move, maybe. And then I'm gonna go one more time, and you can see it's still all in there, and then I'm gonna go one more time. And then whichever ones fall out, those are the ones that fall out. And if a few stay, that's okay. And you'll see, I'll show you my card that I did before. I didn't poke them all out, because I'm not, I'd rather stamp and not poke things out, but this gets most of them. I'll pull that in a second. I don't want to mess. So now we are going to do our gnome. So this is the metallic brushed cardstock, and I'm going to do his hat, and I cut everything way big because this is how I cut it for camp, and I didn't measure. This is his beard. So I know it looks like I'm wasting paper, but I was in a hurry when I was getting ready for camp, and I have lots of this paper now. And then here is the silver foils. And then here is Petal Pink, and that will be his nose. These just took once, and then they pop right out. I'm gonna make a mess. So I'm gonna try to put it right here on top so I can just dump this in my trash bin that's staying next to me. See? So if these all don't come, it's okay. If a couple of those stick, I'm good. That'll show most of our background. You don't have to have every last one out. And then I can take my rolly thing in a minute and roll that through and clean that up. But it's so much faster, I think, on ones where it needs it to roll it one more time. Now here's the thing, you don't want to roll all of them back and forth because it cuts into your plate more than you need to. So if you need to and it's going to help, then do it. But like on the other ones, I just rolled them through once and they were fine. Now here is a new folder that's a fall folder, and it is in the holiday catalog. So you can see it has a swoosh of leaves. So I still want them to look like they're swooshing on here. This is also going to knock some out. So you have to kind of mess with it to get where you want your leaves to kind of smoosh. So I think I'm going to go that way. And then close it, and see, now I'm going to get more leaves going this way. Pull it up a little bit, and then it won't go through my words. In fact, you could go off. You just go right to the edge, and then I'm going to push it right to here, because I'm going to stick his hat in, because I want his hat to have a few leaves as well. So, and these are going to go the opposite direction of my card because I put it in upside down. So they'll be indented on my other one. I didn't think of that. So they're the same way. And then we'll look at the end and you can see which one you like if you want to make this card, because you'll be able to see both. So here we have his hat, and now he just has his hat's a little bit decorated. And then we have the leaves on here. And on my first one, I didn't think about adding words until it was over, so I did it second. But if you know you're going to put words, do it first, because then it's easier to stamp on a flat surface, obviously. So now I just have to put this together. So I have a piece. This is a piece of scrap because it has a punch out of it. At camp, I gave them a full one. But on this one, I'm going to be able to hide this piece in here. Ode to Summer card is with this paper, and when I use it on that card, I'll tell you what color it is. Because I don't remember, what pattern it is. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to make it work. So this is a way to use scrap paper. So I just need to cover this up here, but look, I have all this. If I wanted to go this way, it would be perfect, but that looks like a summer card and we're doing fall, right? So I'm gonna do it this way because nobody's gonna notice. So I'm gonna put this on here and you can see all of this is gonna end up under. So I'm just gonna take that. And now I'm gonna put this on here first, and it's cut a little long because this is just a piece of scrap. So I got this, and it will go there. And then I'm just gonna take this, which is bigger than I need, and just kind of fill that in because I don't have another full sheet of this particular pattern because I love this cardstock and I've been using it a lot, especially because it looks like summer. We did my VIP. If you purchase from me, the next month you get VIP projects, and I think I've used it twice because it's a great summer paper. So see, look, once you look real close, I didn't even attempt to line those up. Nobody in a million years is going to know that that's pieced together. So put this on. That was not part of their camp experience, but I just wanted to show you that if you think you're out of something and you really want that pattern, find a way to make it work. See, I'm just going to put that right over the top. If I was my husband, I would match it all back up because you could, and he would, but nobody's going to look. I try to tell him that, but you know, he likes everything to be perfect. So I don't want it to be obviously not straight, but there we go. And then you can see there's like 1, 2, maybe 6 or 7 of these that didn't pop out. There's more in my other one. I want to make sure that this is an obvious little feature here. So I'm going to put these on with dimensionals. All of my scissors are still in my bucket from camp. So I'm using pretty scissors that my friend got me. And I'm just using these edges of where there's half. Because you want it to be raised up, but you don't want your dimensionals to show because that'll ruin your little window effect. So you just line this up on here. Just like that. Well, it's a little bit crooked, but it's going to do because I already pressed on it. Then you want to start with this one on with his feet. So put his feet there. Now the first time I did this, it was super cute. I ran his little pants through. It's still sitting here, this wide ribbon, and it mostly cuts them out, and I snipped them all out. And then I wanted to have his trousers look like they were material, fabric. But the thing is, I had never made this yet. So when you stick this on, he totally loses his pants. So it was, for the amount of time and the tiny little bit of fabric you could see, it's not worth it. Because it just looks like his shoes. And then we have his hat. Now, you could do this with snowflakes and winter paper, the paper that comes in it. You could do it with Christmas paper and change this to Christmas folder because we have all of those, right? So make it whatever season. You have this layout and you have paper for all the seasons. This is summer paper as far as I'm concerned, and I just flipped it over. And he looks kind of weird until he gets his nose. And you just pop that on there. And then this also comes with a little die that you can put at the top of his hat if you want to make him into a tag. I make caramel corn. It's kind of like my thing. So I did think about making some caramel corn and then making tags out of that. How cute would that be? And then for my embellishments, again, I wanted it to be a card that a guy could get. So I have the brushed metallic adhesive back dots, which carry along in our theme of just kind of the brushed metal paper that we went with, which remember you can get free. I didn't think the copper matched this so much, even though they're my favorite ones. I'm just gonna stick them on. I did 3. If you're gonna give it to a guy, you don't need to do a ton of embellishments. So here's this one. So you can see his leaves are pressed in, and here they're pressed out. Nobody's gonna notice it but you. So decide which one you want. Here you can see I added the stamps as an afterthought, and this one has more. But pretty much when you do these, they're all going to be the same. That looks like it has dimensionals under it, but it's because at camp they often look to see if it has dimensionals, so it's just been raised up a couple times. It's all flat, you can see. So there you go. If you're interested in joining us live in Indy in November, remember that information is up, and registration's also open for my retreat, and it's going to be a ton of fun. Be watching for those preview videos to come. I just wanted to do this in my other one because the cards are done, and then I can put the stuff up. So I'll catch you back here later. Bye.